Man respects women. It doesn't matter how soon y'all did it. And if a man does not respect women, it don't matter how long you made him wait. Make sure you know how he feels about women, and there's no better way to find that out than to ask him how he feels about his mother. And the last point, Queen, don't make the mistake of so many sisters who look for men who they have something in common with, right? We both psychologists. We both watch the reality show. We both like to read. We both like the beach. That's superficial. You should be looking for whether or not y'all share the same values. He like to spend money. You like to save money. You want to have a lot of children. He don't want none. You believe in a relationship with God. He don't believe in God. You believe in saving for retirement. He wants to live for today. Study a man's values and make sure you can live with what he believes in. And the last thing, I know I said 3, but I'm going to give you this. You can never change a person. When you meet that man, Queen, ask yourself this and be honest with yourself. Can I live with him as he is if he never changed for the rest of my life? Never get married because you think it's going to make the problems go away. Marriage will only highlight and intensify the problems that are.
I agree with most of what he said. I don't agree with the whole, look at how a man treats his mother in regards to whether or not if he respects women, because you have a lot of guys out there that just because they respect or treat their mother a certain way, they are not treating you that you're not getting that same treatment. And they will tell you quick, it's because for one, that's their mother. And they will tell you, oh, my mama will always be here. You, I don't know. And I mean, me personally, I wouldn't put all my faith in thinking that because he respects his mother, that means he's going to respect me. I wouldn't, because we got a lot of mama's boys out here that are fuck boys, okay? Yeah, yeah, I said it. But instead of thinking, well, if he respects his mother, he'll respect me, put the focus into how he was raised by his mother. What morals did his mother instill in him? Because that, to me, will play a major role in whether or not he respects a woman. If she gave it up today or if she gives it up in 3 months. I think that would play a bigger role than whether or not how he respects or treats his mom. If he will respect or treat you, a certain way because you gave it up too fast, which to me is stupid anyways, because a real man is not he's not placing the value of a woman in her kitty, okay? Because for one, he can get that from anywhere, okay? He's got women lined up in his phone 9 times out of 10 waiting for a call. So that's no pressure for him, okay? Anywho, next thing. He mentioned not falling for a man or someone because of common interests. We're both psychologists, or as he stated, we're both Christians. We're both into church. We're both into God. We both are, into sea animals. Whatever. I agree with that because, as he stated, those are superficial things. You do want to focus more so on the values of that man. What kind of values does this man have? What kind of values do you have? What kind of values are you looking to become a tradition in your own family? What kind of values does this person have? And can you live with it? Or are they things that you're willing to compromise on, change, fix, adapt to whatever needs to be done in order for you to still be happy with that person, because that's way more important than if you both like reading books on Saturday morning. Now, don't get it twisted. Those things are nice to have someone that has some things, in common with you. But values are way more important than common interests, superficial common interests, okay? Values. Now, the last thing that he said was, right now in this moment, if that person never changed anything about them, are they someone that you can see yourself living with for the rest of your life? If nothing about that person changed, can you still be happy with them? And that is very important, because I think you have to, yes, you can, love someone where they're at. I mean, you can love someone. I'm trying to think of how to say it, because it's not about loving their potential, which essentially that's how some people view it. But you just have to be happy with who they are right now in this moment. You can't be focused on, okay, if you changed this about that person, or if that person changed this about themselves, ooh, I love that. Ooh, yeah, that's great if they do. But if they don't, can you still be happy with them? That's the real question. Like, in this moment, if nothing changed about my man, I would listen. Like, I still love that man to the moon and back, That's what he's saying. Not, well, if he changed, this about him, or if he had a little bit more motivation, a little bit more ambition, if he was a little bit more stern or had a little bit more of a backbone, you can't say those things to say, oh, then I would love him. No, do you love him in this moment? Do you love this man in this moment? Because that's the man you have in this moment. You don't have the man that you're picturing, 5 years from now. You don't have that man. You have the man that is in front of you. And can you love that man and his dirty drawers and everything about him right now? That's what he's saying. Can you love that man right now for who he is? Are you okay with that? And if you are not okay with that, if you are only focused on when he gets to where he wants to be, or when we get to where we want to be, if that's what you're focused on, then I think you're setting yourself up for disappointment, because you're living in the future and not in the moment, as opposed to, listen, I'm riding with this man right now. I love everything about him right now. And then if he did do this, that, and the third, I'd be 10 times even more head over heels for him. That's what he's saying. And I think that's important. So yeah. So I said a lot to say nothing. A lot to say nothing. But overall, ultimately, he said, look at how a man respects his mom or treats his mother to see how he treats women. No, don't do that. Look at that man. Ask that man what his morals are, or see how he is morally, because that will matter more so as far as how he respects women. His morals will dictate how he treats you. Don't fall in love with your common interests, fall in love with the values of a person and love them for who they are right now and not for who they could be 5 years from now, because you never know if that's who they're going to be. So be happy with them now. If you're not happy with them now, then I don't know. Got some work to do.